world will tell you money is numbers on a screen, coins in a jar, notes in a wallet. They will say it's earned through hours, traded for effort, accumulated through cleverness. And while that may be true on the surface, it is not the truth. That changes destinies. The truth the one men like Winston Churchill understood is that money is spiritual. Before it is material, it is the echo of the mind that created it. It is the offspring of vision, courage, and the iron will to see. An idea through to the end. A nation at war cannot buy victory with gold alone. They must purchase it with unity of purpose. An entrepreneur cannot build a fortune with tactics alone. It must be forged in the furnace of belief. Churchill knew this in the darkest hours when Britain stood alone, when the treasury was thin, when the empire balanced on a knife's edge. He knew that resources follow resolve. Capital follows courage. The bank account of the soul must be full before the bank account of the ledger can grow. Money, in its truest form, is a current. It flows to the mind prepared to use it with clarity. It abandons the careless, the timid, the wasteful. It seeks those who know it is not merely a tool, but a responsibility, a force that amplifies the character of its keeper. Give a coward money, and you create a richer coward. Give a visionary money, and you create a force that moves the world. Churchill did not fight for coins. He fought for what coins represented: freedom, self-determination, the right of a man to live by his own mind. Your pursuit of money must rise above the shallow hunger for accumulation. See it as energy. If it touches weakness, it grows weakness. If it touches strength, it grows strength. That is the first spiritual law. Money amplifies the truth of its holder. If you are bitter, it will deepen your bitterness. If you are generous, it will magnify your generosity. If you are disciplined, it will multiply your discipline into empire. Build the soul strong enough to carry wealth before you chase it. Churchill was not born rich. His fortune came from the value of his words, his pen, his mind. He wrote for money and peace, and he fought for money in war, not for his own hoard, but to keep the island breathing. He knew influence was a currency more powerful than gold. When you hold influence, money comes. Without it, money slips through open fingers. That is the second law. Money flows to value. Dedicate yourself to solving greater problems, serving more people, offering what cannot be ignored, and you will never again chase money. It will chase you. True wealth builders think of impact first, income second. Not how can I get paid, but how can I make myself indispensable? Edison lit the night before he lit his wallet. Carnegie built steel for a growing nation before he built vaults for his fortune. Ford made cars affordable before he made himself rich. Churchill united a people before securing the loans. To arm them, impact first, reward second. But impact is impossible without vision. Vision is the third law. See beyond the transaction. If you see only the sale, you will live hand to mouth. If you see the system, the years ahead, you will create wealth that outlives you. Churchill's vision was not only a Britain free from Nazi rule, it was a Britain strong enough to rebuild afterward. That vision pulled resources to him like a magnet. Ask yourself, what structure can I build that will work long after I step away? When you think in frameworks, not fragments, money becomes a companion, not a struggle. And money, like people, follows leaders it can trust. But trust is not earned in a day. It is forged in discipline. That is the fourth law. Discipline attracts abundance. Churchill kept routines when the world fell apart. He maintained order in his habits when bombs fell on London. If a man cannot govern himself, he cannot govern his resources. Money stays with the steady, not the erratic. Discipline is not chains, it is freedom. The man disciplined with time will have more of it. The one disciplined with money will have more of it. Every dollar wasted is a dream delayed. Yet discipline without adaptability becomes stubborn ruin. That is the fifth law. Adapt without losing yourself. Churchill changed strategies when old ones failed. He moved with the times without betraying his core principles. Wealth is not built by clinging to dead methods. The market changes. People change. Technology changes. Move or be moved upon. Still, adaptability without gratitude leaves a man hollow. The sixth law: gratitude multiplies wealth. Churchill understood the debt he owed to history, to people, to sacrifice. Gratitude fuels stewardship. When you value what you have, you guard it, maintain it, invest it wisely. And the greatest law of all: money follows courage. Not blind courage, but the kind that stands in the fire of uncertainty and acts anyway. Churchill had no guarantee Britain would survive, but he acted with the boldness of a man who refused to bow to fear, and that boldness pulled resources, allies, and faith to him. Opportunities will not wait for you to be certain. The risks that can change your life will appear wrapped in doubt. Courage is the signal that you are ready. And here is the unspoken law: become wealth before you receive wealth. Be rich in ideas, in resolve, in principles. When you become that person, money finds you. It seeks its reflection in you, expansive, purposeful, powerful. If all your debts vanish today, if all the riches you dreamed of appeared, would you multiply them or waste them? History will not remember your balance, but what you built with it. Money is the shadow. Character is the substance. Strengthen the substance, and the shadow will follow. The test will come disguised as crisis. It will ask only, do you have the will to stay in the fight? Churchill faced that question and stood, and when he stood, money stood with him. Money is not loyal to fear. It is drawn to faith. Enlarge your flame. Feed it with study, with work, with daily courage. The spiritual war comes before the material one. Guard your mind like a fortress. Fill it with truths, with strategies, with mentors. Every thought you plant will grow into abundance or poverty. Decide now to live by the spiritual laws of money. When you do, the world will rearrange itself to meet you. Opportunities will appear. Support will come. You will carry yourself with the calm of a man whose fortune is inevitable. Do not wait for perfect conditions, create them. Build the mind that can hold wealth. Build the discipline that can multiply it. Build the courage that can protect it. And one day, you awake to find money has been walking toward you for years, drawn by the gravity of who you have become. In the end, these laws are not about coins and notes or numbers. They are about mastery of self. When you master yourself, you master wealth. And the richest treasure is not what you hold in your hands, but the man you become in the process. Stand like Churchill, think like Napoleon Hill, move like an empire builder. Fortune is not found, it is forged. Forge yours.